Hi everyone. I am here to share a project I made for Crash Your Stash. This is an open collaboration. It is hosted by Not Too Shabby Chic, who I believe is Dale, and Raina at LYLO Crafts. The LYLO is all in capitals. Lilo? I don't know. I don't know what that represents. I should go look it up on her channel actually. So anyway, Um, we have prompts each month, and the prompts this month were apron, tattered, and the bonus word was tuck. Well, tattered is worn, obviously, worn out, showing wear and tear kind of thing. Anyway, so I thought of fabric. Initially, I was going to look for an old apron I had made in 7th or 8th grade, but I think I don't have it anymore. I'm not sure. I forgot to look. But I did go through, I have like a plastic sweater box full of fabric. It's not really that much, and most of it is holiday, either Halloween or Christmas, mostly Christmas, and I've never used most of it, but this had been used. I think I had used this when I did a Paris swap of an embellishment box years ago, and I had found this. I think I probably got it at Walmart. I don't know if they still have them, but they had like fat quarters. So this is all about Paris, but I didn't want it for Paris. I wanted it for the pink and the gray because my starting point was this. When they said apron, I immediately thought of this stamp set. It's old. It has the green label from Stampin' Up, and I'm pretty sure I got it on clearance or something, and I had never used it. Well, it might not be true. It looks like I used the mitten before, or the mitt. But I used the apron, the little tools, the little tools, this pocket, and the Made with Love. Yeah, it looks like I had used Baked with Love before. Anyway, I don't remember using it. Maybe I bought it used. Anyway, no, I don't think so, because anyway, it doesn't matter. I did use the dies. Um, the only die I used actually was the apron and this. Oh, I didn't use that. I just used this. So, yeah, I didn't use all the other ones. And then I cut some fabric off. I went looking through my scraps because I pulled this out first and I liked the dark gray. So I brought in Stampin' Up's Basic Gray cardstock, which I don't use very often. And then this I got out of my scrap bin. This was from a masculine paper set, but I liked the paisley and the gray. I used two of these reinforcements, which I apparently got at a yard sale or a thrift shop. I used this little Memento Rosebud Dewdrop ink. I used a little bit of this Celebrate It from Michael's from years ago. I'm sure I didn't pay $3.99. And I used some of these, which actually were off packaging from Softlex Company with their bead kits. I have a pink one and I have a white with silver one. And I used some of that. And a little bit of this Dina Wakley Media Gloss Spray in black. I had to open it. I think I used it once before, but the plastic was up to here and I had to take it off. And then of course glues and stuff like that. I only have one sort of project. I made a tag and a tuck. I don't know what I'm going to put them in yet because they won't go with the the journal I'm working on, but well, maybe one of them. Anyway, this is the basic gray cardstock. Oh, I forgot something. I ran that. I cut it. This was a scrap actually. It was a little bit longer. I tore it all around except the top to make it look tattered. I ran it through this organic linen embossing folder by Altenew. I've used that not too long ago on something else. And then I had, this was like, On this fabric, there were like little ends, and this was kind of on a little end. And I used my pinking shears, which when I did my Dollar Tree junk journal and I used that fabric placemat, I said, oh, my pinking shears must be no good anymore. They worked fine on this fabric. It was just that material or something. I don't know. It worked fine on here, but then I ended up having to cut it down a little bit so it's a little wonky because it was way hanging over the edge of the tag. On the gray, I had splatted it a lot with the mixed media spray from Dina Wakley, especially up here, but then I covered it up. So at the end, I put more little dots on. And I also, this spray is all gone, but I had a mixture of like a frosty white with some kind of pink or whatever in it in a spray bottle, but it was just a tiny little bit left in the bottom, and I sprayed that all over. There's some up on here. Let me turn this light down. Down. There's some up here and all over this. You can see little pink dots. Those were from, well, maybe you can. There. Those were from the little bit of spray I had left. It's on here too. But you couldn't really see any of the black dots. Now this is acrylic spray, which I don't know if I ever heard of before having this. Gloss spray, glossy acrylic spray. Anyway, I tried spraying it, but it goes on like too heavy. So I just took the whole sprayer out and kind of like flicked it and dabbed it to give it more of a, because when I bake or cook, I usually end up wearing something, especially baking with powder, with flour and stuff. Anyway, the utensils I just stamped and cut out, and these are bumped up, but everything else is glued down, mostly with either Fabri-Tac or art glitter glue. And yeah, this is down with Fabri-Tac. The fabric here this is not bumped up. It's glued down with Fabri-Tac also because it was going on fabric and this. Then these are bumped up with dimensionals, pop dots, and same with this. And this I stamped on white, and then I took a gray dark smoky slate alcohol marker and just went around the edges. That's where I used the ink, the little ink thing, to stamp that, made with love. And then this is a little piece of fabric left over that I glued together so it's kind of stiff. Put it through the hole that's reinforced, which you can't see on the front now. I colored the reinforcer things and I glued them down because I don't trust that they would stick. And then I used a little stapler I have, which is a We Are Memory Keepers stapler, and it just happens to have, and the only way I know that is from the bottom of the box, it has this sort of hot pink kind of color staples in it. So I used that. I've had that for years, and I might have to, they'll probably be okay. I'm a little nervous about those staples, but this is all glued down, so this is glued down essentially too. So I think it'll be all right. And then for a tuck spot, you could have had a tuck in the apron, and I thought about just make an apron, and I could have sewed around it, but I don't know. My mind wasn't going there. So this is a piece of basic gray, and this was a scrap, and I just tore the top edge, and then I couldn't decide what to do. So I did cut another little piece off the fabric with the butterfly. I wanted the butterfly. And then this was the piece I tore off from the where did I tear it off from? I think this gray piece was off the bottom of here, and then I think I had a little piece of, I don't know. Oh, I know what it was. It came off the top of here because this actually does have this paper also on it, but it didn't have any here because it was again whatever was left. So it covered like most of this side, but not over to here. That's why I wanted to cover it with fabric. But when I tore it, it was the both pieces, and this is how it tore. So after I put the fabric on, I just glued the scrap from there over here. I don't know why, I just felt like it. And then I used a little more of the acrylic spray, and I think you can maybe see a few pink dots on there too, maybe. Why is it so bright there? Not sure I love the dots, but it's okay. And this does look tattered because the fabric actually has threads coming out, and that was not me. That was like that. I might have torn it before or something. Because down here you see I cut crooked, but I cut with my pinking shears. That's kind of tattered too. It looks like somebody took a bite out. So anyway, that is my project for Crash Your Stash for, when do we post? April, first Friday, so that would be April 5th, I believe. Yeah, so you're seeing this on April 5th. I am recording this on Palm Sunday, March 24th, in the evening. So, yep, I hope you have a wonderful week or weekend ahead by the time you see this, and I will talk to you again soon. Hugs, love, and peace.